Chosen one, stop what you are doing. Put down your phone if you need to, but don't you dare scroll past this moment, because I need you to understand something that will change everything about how you see your life from this point forward. This is not another message you listen to in the background while cooking dinner or driving to work. This is me, your creator, stepping into your timeline to tell you something I have been waiting for you to hear. And if you walk away now, if you treat this like noise, you will miss the one word that could unlock the next decade of your life. Breathe, slow down your heart. I see you. I see the weight you carry that nobody else notices. I see the questions you ask in the quiet moments when you are alone. I see the confusion in your eyes when you look at where you are versus where you thought you would be by now. And today, I am interrupting your routine because you have been searching for purpose in all the wrong places. And I cannot watch you waste another year chasing shadows when I have already written your assignment in permanent ink. You didn't find this message. I led you here. You weren't scrolling randomly. I orchestrated this divine appointment. And the fact that something in your chest tightened the moment you started reading, the fact that your spirit suddenly became alert, that is not coincidence. That is recognition. Your soul recognizing my voice after too long of listening to everyone else's. Listen carefully. I am about to tell you what your purpose actually is, and it is going to contradict almost everything the world has taught you. It is going to challenge what success looks like in your mind. It is going to redefine what winning actually means. And when I am done, you are going to have to make a choice. You can either accept what I am telling you and let it redirect your entire life, or you can reject it and keep climbing ladders that are leaning against the wrong walls. Your purpose was never about the job title on your business card. Never. I didn't breathe life into you and place you on earth at this exact moment in history so you could collect titles that impress people at dinner parties. Titles are temporary. Titles are labels that other people give you based on what you do for 40 hours a week. But your purpose, your real purpose, the reason I created you specifically, that has nothing to do with what pays your bills. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, but God, I have to work. I have responsibilities. I have bills to pay. I have people depending on me. And yes, you do. Work is good. Providing is honorable. Responsibility is necessary. But hear me clearly. Your job is not your purpose. Your job is a vehicle. Your career is a tool. Your profession is a platform. But it is not the reason you exist. You exist because I wanted you. I created you because creation was incomplete without you. I placed you here because there is something only you can carry, something only you can reveal, something only you can reveal, something only you can accomplish. And the reason you feel this constant restlessness, this nagging sense that there has to be more than this, is because you are right. There is more. You were designed for more. Not more money, not more status, not more recognition, more alignment, more intimacy with me, more revelation of who I am through who you are. That is the more your soul is craving. That is the more that keeps you up at night. That is the more that makes you feel like you are living someone else's life instead of your own. Let me tell you something that is going to sting a little bit. The approval you have been chasing from people, the validation you have been seeking from crowds, the applause you have been working so hard to earn, none of that has anything to do with your purpose. In fact, the more you chase approval, the further you get from alignment. Because approval is about pleasing people, purpose is about pleasing me. Approval changes based on trends, opinions, moods, seasons. Purpose doesn't change. Purpose is fixed. Purpose is eternal. Purpose was decided before you were born, written before time began, sealed before you took your first breath. I wrote in Jeremiah 1-5, before I formed you in the womb. I knew you. Do you understand what that means? Before your parents met, I knew you. Before your DNA was assembled, I designed you. Before anyone saw you, I saw you. Before anyone named you, I called you. You were not an accident. You were not a surprise. You were not Plan B. You were my idea, my design, my masterpiece. And I don't make mistakes. I don't create people randomly and then figure out what to do with them later. I create with intention. I create with purpose. I create with precision. So when I tell you that your purpose is not tied to what the world celebrates, I mean it. The world celebrates wealth. I celebrate obedience. The world celebrates fame. I celebrate faithfulness. The world celebrates power. I celebrate humility. The world celebrates independence. I celebrate dependence on me. The world celebrates climbing. I celebrate surrendering. Do you see the difference? The world's scorecard and my scorecard are completely opposite. And you have been exhausting yourself trying to win on the world's scorecard while ignoring mine. That is why certain environments no longer feel right to you. That is why certain relationships started feeling draining. That is why certain opportunities that used to excite you now feel empty. It is not because something is wrong with you. It is because something is right with you. Your spirit is waking up. Your discernment is sharpening. Your appetite is changing. What used to satisfy you doesn't anymore, because I am recalibrating your desires to match your calling. I am shifting your hunger from temporary things to eternal things, from surface things to deep things, from impressive things to important things. And I know this shift has been uncomfortable. I know you have felt guilty for outgrowing people. I know you have questioned whether you are being judgmental or stuck up or too serious, but you are not. You are being pruned. I am cutting away what doesn't belong, so what does belong can flourish. I am removing distractions so you can focus. I am closing wrong doors so you stop wasting energy trying to force them open. This isn't punishment. This is preparation. This isn't me being harsh. This is me being intentional. Think about the battles you have faced in the last few years. The betrayals, the disappointments, the heartbreaks, the losses. You thought those were setbacks. You thought those were punishments. You thought those were signs that I had abandoned you, but you were wrong. Those were not accidents. Those were assignments. I allowed every single one of those battles for a specific reason. Not to break you, but to build you. Not to destroy you, but to develop you. Not to hurt you, but to prepare you. Every battle taught you something. Every heartbreak revealed something. Every loss strengthened something. The betrayal taught you discernment. The disappointment taught you resilience. The heartbreak taught you that people are not your source. I am. The loss taught you to hold things loosely, because everything except me is temporary. You didn't just survive those seasons. You graduated from them. You earned capacity you didn't have before. You developed strength you couldn't access before. You gained wisdom you wouldn't have learned any other way. And now, right now, you are standing at the edge of the next level. But you cannot bring the old version of yourself into the new season. That is why the preparation has been so intense. That is why the process has been so thorough. That is why the pruning has been so aggressive. I am not letting you stay the same because staying the same would sabotage where I am taking you. The next level requires a different version of you. A stronger version, a wiser version, a more surrendered version. And I have spent the last however many months or years shaping you into that version. Now, let me tell you what your actual purpose is. And if you are really paying attention, if you are really letting this land, this is going to change everything. Your purpose is not a destination. It is not a goal you reach one day and then you are done. Your purpose is a posture. It is a way of living. It is a daily decision. Your purpose is to walk with me, not ahead of me, trying to figure everything out on your own. Not behind me, dragging your feet in fear and doubt. But with me, beside me, connected to me, in rhythm with me. That is purpose. That is alignment. That is what you were created for. Your purpose is to know me deeply. Not know about me. Not know facts about me. Not know Bible verses about me. But know me intimately, personally. The way you know someone you spend time with every single day. The way you know someone whose voice you recognize immediately. The way you know someone whose presence changes the atmosphere when they walk into a room. That is how I want you to know me. And when you know me like that, everything else starts making sense. Confusion clears. Anxiety settles. Decisions become easier. Peace becomes your default. Your purpose is to reflect me wherever you go, in your workplace, in your home, in your relationships, in your struggles, in your victories, in your normal, boring, regular Tuesday afternoon. People should be able to look at your life and see evidence of me, not because you are perfect, not because you never mess up, not because you have it all figured out, but because there is something different about you, something they cannot explain, something that doesn't make sense based on what you have been through. That difference is me. That is my presence. That is my fingerprint on your life, and that is purpose. Your purpose is to love people the way I love people. Unconditionally, patiently, generously, even when they don't deserve it. Even when they don't appreciate it, even when they misunderstand you or betray you or walk away. You are called to love anyway, because love is not a feeling, love is a decision, love is obedience. And when you love the way I love, you reveal me to a world that desperately needs to see me but doesn't know where to look. Your purpose is to live differently, not weird, not disconnected. Not holier than thou, but different in a way that matters. Different in your integrity, different in your peace, different in your joy, despite circumstances. Different in your faithfulness when everyone else is faking. Different in your endurance when everyone else is quitting. Different in your hope when everyone else is despairing. That kind of different doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from staying connected to me. It comes from letting me live through you instead of trying to impress me with what you do for me. Now, here is what I need you to understand about this purpose. It is not glamorous. It is not going to trend on social media. It is not going to get you awards or accolades or standing ovations. Most days, it is going to look boring. It is going to look like showing up, like doing the next right thing, like choosing obedience when no one's watching, like forgiving when it would feel better to hold a grudge, like serving when you are tired, like trusting when you are scared, like believing when everything looks impossible. That is what purpose looks like in real life. It is not a highlight reel. It is a steady, faithful, quiet walk with me through every season, every storm, every valley, every mountain. And I know that doesn't sound exciting to your flesh. I know that doesn't appeal to the part of you that wants to be seen, to be recognized, to be celebrated. But chosen one, listen to me. The applause of heaven is worth more than the applause of earth. My approval matters more than their approval. My well done is worth more than their standing ovation. And when you finally stand before me and I say, well done, good and faithful servant. That moment will make every sacrifice worth it. Every misunderstanding worth it, every lonely season worth it, every hard choice worth it. So right now, today, I am calling you back to your purpose. I am calling you out of the noise. I am calling you away from the distractions. I am calling you home to alignment. And alignment looks like this. You wake up every morning and your first conversation is with me, not your phone. You make decisions based on what I am saying, not what people are expecting. You spend your time on what matters to me, not just what feels urgent to you. You invest your energy into what lasts, not what is trending. You build your life on my word, not on your feelings. Alignment means you stop chasing, you stop forcing, you stop manipulating, you stop performing. You rest in knowing that what is meant for you will find you because I am orchestrating your life. You trust my timing even when it is slower than yours. You trust my no even when you wanted a yes. You trust my redirection even when you don't understand it. You trust my silence even when you are craving my voice. That is alignment. That is maturity. That is purpose in action. And when you live like this, something shifts, the pressure lifts, the anxiety decreases. The confusion clears because you are no longer trying to figure out your purpose. You are living it. You are not trying to find your calling. You are walking in it. You are not trying to discover your assignment. You are fulfilling it. One day at a time, one choice at a time, one act of obedience at a time. I need to tell you something before we finish. Some of you have been feeling like you are behind, like you have wasted time, like you have missed opportunities, like you have made too many mistakes for me to still use you. And that is a lie straight from the enemy. You are not behind. You are exactly where I can reach you. You have not wasted time. I have been using every season, even the messy ones, to prepare you. You have not missed opportunities. The right opportunities are still coming. You have not made too many mistakes for me to use you. I specialize in using imperfect people for perfect purposes. Moses murdered someone, and I used him to deliver a nation. David committed adultery and murder, and I called him a man after my own heart. Peter denied me 3 times, and I built my church on him. Paul killed Christians, and I turned him into the greatest missionary in history. Your past does not disqualify you. Your mistakes do not cancel your calling. Your failures do not erase your purpose. If anything, they make you more qualified because now you understand grace. Now you understand redemption. Now you understand that it is not about you being perfect. It is about me being faithful. So, stop looking at where you have been and start looking at where I am taking you. Stop replaying your mistakes and start receiving my mercy. Stop punishing yourself for what I have already forgiven. The enemy wants you stuck in shame because shame keeps you small. Shame keeps you silent. Shame keeps you hidden. But I didn't call you to hide. I called you to shine. I didn't call you to shrink. I called you to rise. I didn't call you to stay stuck. I called you to move forward. Let me tell you what has been happening to you lately that you haven't been able to explain. You have been feeling more emotional than usual. Things that never used to make you cry now bring tears to your eyes. Worship songs hit different. Scripture lands heavier. You see something beautiful and your heart swells. You witness someone's kindness and you are moved. You think about my goodness and you break. This is not weakness. This is not you being too sensitive. This is your heart being tenderized. I am softening what the world tried to harden. I am opening what disappointment tried to close. I am healing what pain tried to bury, and a tender heart is a heart I can work with. A tender heart is a heart that is ready for purpose. You have also been craving alone time more than usual. You used to love being around people constantly. You used to need noise, activity, stimulation. But lately, you find yourself wanting to be alone, wanting silence, wanting stillness, and you have been worried that maybe you are becoming antisocial or depressed or disconnected. But that is not what is happening. What is happening is your spirit is maturing. You are transitioning from needing external validation to craving internal communion. You are shifting from finding your identity in crowds to finding your identity in me. This pulling away from people is not isolation, it is incubation. I am preparing you in private for what I am about to do in public. Have you also noticed that your tolerance for fake has completely evaporated? Small talk drains you. Surface-level conversations bore you, pretending exhausts you. You cannot do fake anymore. You cannot smile through dysfunction anymore. You cannot play games anymore. You cannot ignore red flags anymore. You cannot overlook manipulation anymore. This isn't you being negative. This isn't you being harsh. This is discernment rising. This is wisdom activating. This is your spirit refusing to participate in anything that doesn't honor me or honor the truth. And yes, this makes some people uncomfortable. Yes, this creates distance in relationships. But chosen one, I would rather you be alone with integrity than surrounded by people and compromising your calling. Let me talk to you about the delays you have experienced. The doors that didn't open when you thought they would. The prayers that seem unanswered. The dreams that feel postponed. You have been so frustrated. You have been questioning whether I heard you, whether I care, whether I am even paying attention. And I need you to understand something that will completely change how you see waiting. My delays are not my denials. My silence is not my absence. My timing is not my punishment. When I delay something, it is because I am protecting you from receiving something before you are ready to steward it well. Think about it. If I had given you that relationship when you first asked for it, you would have brought all your unhealed trauma into it and sabotaged it. If I had opened that door when you first knocked, you would have walked through it unprepared and overwhelmed. If I had answered that prayer the moment you prayed it, you wouldn't have developed the faith muscle that the next season requires. My delays have been my mercy. My no's have been my protection. My not yet has been my wisdom. And one day, when you are walking in the fullness of what I prepared, you are going to look back at every closed door, every delayed answer, every divine no, and you are going to thank me. You are going to see that I wasn't withholding from you. I was working for you behind the scenes in ways you couldn't see. Now, let me address something that has been weighing heavy on your heart. The comparison trap. You have been looking at other people's lives, other people's success, other people's breakthroughs, other people's timelines, and you have been feeling like you are behind, like you are not measuring up, like everyone else is winning and you are barely surviving. Social media has made this worse. You scroll and see highlight reels and you compare them to your behind the scenes. You see their promotion and forget you don't know their process. You see their blessing and assume it came easy. You see their breakthrough and think they didn't have to wait, fight, cry, or sacrifice to get there. But I need you to stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. Stop measuring your beginning against someone else's middle. Stop judging your process by someone else's product. You don't know what they went through to get where they are. You don't know what they are currently going through while they are there. You don't know what they sacrificed, what they surrendered, what they lost along the way. All you see is the surface, but I see everything, and I am not comparing you to them. So why are you? Your purpose is not their purpose. Your timeline is not their timeline. Your assignment is not their assignment. Your journey is not their journey. I created you uniquely. I called you specifically. I am developing you intentionally. And what I am doing in your life has nothing to do with what I am doing in theirs. Stop wasting energy comparing, and start investing energy cooperating with what I am doing in you. Your breakthrough is not late because theirs came first. Your blessing is not blocked because theirs arrived. There is enough for everyone. I am not running out of favor. I am not running out of resources. I am not running out of opportunities. I am just waiting for you to be ready for what I have already prepared. Let me tell you what is about to happen when you fully embrace this purpose I have given you. When you stop performing and start abiding, when you stop chasing and start resting, when you stop forcing and start trusting, everything changes. The pressure lifts, the anxiety decreases. The confusion clears, the peace that passes understanding becomes your reality. Not because your circumstances changed, but because your perspective changed. Not because your problems disappeared, but because you remembered who is in control of your problems. When you walk in purpose, you stop needing external validation because you have internal confirmation. You stop seeking approval from people because you have approval from me. You stop measuring success by the world's standards because you are living by mine. You stop competing because you realize there is no competition in purpose. You stop comparing because you understand your lane is your lane. You stop rushing because you trust my timing. You stop worrying because you know I am working. You stop striving because you realize it is not about your effort. It is about my faithfulness. And here is what happens in the practical day-to-day. You wake up with purpose. You don't dread Mondays anymore because every day is an opportunity to walk with me. You don't just go through the motions because you are living intentionally. You don't waste time on things that don't matter because you have learned to prioritize what does. Your conversations have substance. Your relationships have depth. Your choices have meaning. Your work has impact. Not because you are trying to prove something, but because you are connected to the source of everything. People start noticing something different about you. They cannot quite put their finger on it, but there is a peace about you that doesn't make sense given what you have been through. There is a joy about you that isn't dependent on circumstances. There is a confidence about you that isn't arrogant. There is a strength about you that isn't aggressive. There is a wisdom about you that isn't condescending, and that difference, that is me. That is my presence. That is my glory. That is evidence that you are walking in purpose. And moving forward starts with a decision. A decision to believe what I am telling you more than what you feel. A decision to trust my plan more than your understanding. A decision to walk in your purpose even when it doesn't look like what you expected. A decision to obey me even when it costs you something. A decision to stay faithful even when no one's watching. That is the decision I am asking you to make right now. If this message found you at the exact right time, if something in your spirit just shifted, if you know deep down that I just spoke directly to you, I want you to do something. Don't just listen and move on, respond. Type Amen in the comments. Not as a religious ritual, but as a declaration that you heard me and you are choosing to align your life with what I just said. That one word, Amen. It means so be it. It means I agree. It means yes, God. And when you type it, You are making a spiritual decision that activates something in the unseen realm. And listen, if this message gave you clarity, if it answered questions you have been asking, if it brought peace to your restless spirit, do me a favor. Hit that like button. I know that sounds simple, but it actually helps this message reach other people who need to hear it just as badly as you did. Someone in your life, someone in your family, someone you work with, they are searching for purpose in all the wrong places, just like you were. And maybe, just maybe, this message is the thing that redirects them before they waste more years chasing what doesn't matter. Chosen one, before you go, I want you to remember something. You were created on purpose for purpose. You are not random. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are exactly where I need you to be to do what I am about to do through you. And what I am about to do through you is bigger than what I have done before. It is deeper than what you have experienced before. It is more impactful than anything you have imagined before. But it requires your yes. It requires your surrender. It requires your trust. So stay close to me. Don't drift back into old patterns. Don't get distracted by shiny things that don't matter. Don't chase approval that I am not giving. Don't force doors I am not opening. Just walk with me, talk to me, listen to me, obey me, and watch what I do with a life that is fully surrendered to purpose. You will not recognize your own story a year from now. And that is exactly the point. Return to your purpose. Walk in your purpose. Live in your purpose. Because this is what you were created for.